Europe is a land where mountains rise like timeless cathedrals. Hidden lakes mirror endless skies, while cliffs tumble into seas of sapphire and green. Take a moment to feel it. Germany. In the southeast, the village of Berchtesgaden lies nestled beneath towering alpine peaks, serving as the gateway to Berchtesgaden National Park. Just beyond, the crystal-clear Königssee Lake reflects the surrounding cliffs and ancient forests, inviting visitors to explore by boat or hike nearby trails. The country's rich history lives on in places like Neuschwanstein Castle, perched above the Bavarian countryside near the town of Füssen. Built in the 19th century, this fairy tale castle has inspired countless stories with its turrets and sweeping mountain views. Germany's spirit of innovation shines through its extensive ice high-speed rail network, connecting historic cities like Berlin, Munich, and Frankfurt at speeds over 300 kilometers per hour. This modern system links vibrant urban centers with charming towns and natural landscapes, making the country accessible and connected. From lively villages surrounded by pristine nature to ancient castles and cutting-edge trains, Germany invites travelers to experience a living blend of past, present, and breathtaking landscapes. Austria. In the Salzkammergut region, the village of Hallstatt, with its wooden houses clinging to the lake's edge, is considered one of the most photographed places in the world. Salt mining here goes back over 7,000 years, making it one of the oldest in Europe. Further west lies Zell am See, a small town framed by Lake Zell and snow-capped peaks. It's one of Austria's most scenic spots, where locals enjoy both summer swims and winter skiing. The Innsbruck Valley, surrounded by the Nordkette Mountains, blends alpine wilderness with city life. Innsbruck itself is famous as a winter sports hub, having hosted the Winter Olympics twice. In the east, Wachau Valley, a UNESCO site along the Danube, is dotted with vineyards, medieval castles, and monasteries. It's also where Austria's famous apricots grow, turned into wines and schnapps. Nature lovers often head to Gesäuse National Park, where the Enns River cuts through sharp limestone cliffs. It's a paradise for rafting and hiking. Another highlight is Großglockner High Alpine Road, one of Europe's most stunning drives, winding past glaciers and Austria's highest mountain, the Großglockner at 3,798 meters. For a unique fact, Austria's railway engineering is world-class. The Semmering Railway, built in the 1850 through the mountains, was the first railway in the world to be designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It's still in operation today. In Vienna, the capital, Baroque architecture fills the streets. The Melk Abbey, perched on a hill above the Danube River, is a masterpiece of Baroque design and a center of religious and cultural life for centuries. Austria is also known for its commitment to sustainability in the mountains and cities alike. Though not a megaproject in the usual sense, the country invests heavily in renewable energy, with hydroelectric plants harnessing alpine rivers to provide clean power. Switzerland, where mountains meet timeless villages and enchanting landscapes. Switzerland is a land sculpted by soaring peaks, deep valleys, and shimmering lakes. In the heart of the Bernese Alps, the village of Grindelwald nestles beneath the towering faces of the Eiger and Wetterhorn. Colorful chalets spill down green slopes, and each morning, mist drifts through pine forests like a secret whispered by the mountains. This village is a gateway to adventures that stretch from glacier hikes to snow-capped peaks, where the air feels crisp and endlessly fresh. Not far away, the pristine Aletsch Glacier, Europe's largest glacier, stretches across the landscape like a frozen river of crystal ice, winding through ancient forests and towering cliffs. Walking here feels like stepping into a living painting, where time slows and the earth reveals its raw, untouched beauty. The shimmering waters of Lake Lucerne spread beneath the city of Lucerne. Where medieval stone walls and the famous chapel bridge stand as quiet witnesses to centuries of history. The gentle ripple of the lake mirrors alpine peaks, creating reflections so perfect they seem almost surreal. Further south, the village of Zermatt lies beneath the iconic Matterhorn, its jagged silhouette piercing the sky. In winter, the mountain's snowy slopes invite skiers from around the world, while in summer, wildflowers bloom in alpine meadows, painting the landscape with vibrant colors. Switzerland's sense of wonder extends beyond its natural beauty. The Gotthard Base Tunnel, the longest and deepest railway tunnel on Earth, threads beneath the Alps, connecting north and south with unparalleled speed and precision. This engineering marvel is a testament to Swiss ingenuity, a silent giant running beneath some of the most breathtaking landscapes on the planet. Not far from here, the Lavaux vineyards cascade down terraced slopes along the shores of Lake Geneva, producing wines nurtured by centuries of tradition and a microclimate shaped by the lake and mountains. And then there's Jungfraujoch, often called the top of Europe. At over 3,400 meters above sea level, this high-altitude plateau offers panoramic views of snow-covered peaks and glacial valleys that stretch beyond the horizon. A place where the world feels vast and silent, and the air is filled with the crisp whisper of the mountains. Switzerland is a place of contrasts, where quiet villages nestle beneath massive, ancient peaks, where cutting-edge tunnels link distant regions, and where nature's beauty feels both magical and deeply real. It invites visitors to slow down, breathe deeply, and discover a land that feels both timeless and alive. Poland combines vibrant culture with some of Europe's most striking landscapes. In the south, The Tatra Mountains rise dramatically, and one of the best-known peaks is Kasprawi Virch. It's reached by a historic cable car built in the 1930 AD. And at the top, visitors find ski slopes in winter and hiking trails in summer, with sweeping views across both Poland and Slovakia. Nearby, the town of Zakopane is known as Poland's winter capital. Famous for its wooden architecture and lively mountain traditions. In the northeast, the Masurian Lake District is dotted with over 2,000 lakes, connected by rivers and canals. Towns like Giżycko and Mikołajki serve as gateways to this water-rich region, where sailing, fishing, and quiet boat rides offer a peaceful escape surrounded by dense forests and open skies. The ancient city of Kraków stands on the banks of the Vistula River, its medieval core preserved with winding streets, grand churches, and the famous Wawel Castle overlooking the city. Nearby, the historic Wieliczka salt mine offers an underground world of tunnels and chambers carved from salt, a UNESCO World Heritage Site that tells a story of human ingenuity beneath the earth. In Portugal, far to the north, Porto sits beside the Douro River, its terraced hills heavy with vineyards. This is the birthplace of port wine, where barrels age slowly in riverside cellars, and the air is thick with the fragrance of oak and grape. Crossing the Dom Luisi Bridge, an iron masterpiece designed by a student of Gustave Eiffel, feels like stepping between centuries. Beyond the mainland, in the Azores and Madeira, nature writes in grand gestures. Crater lakes the color of emerald and sapphire, cliffs that fall away into the deep Atlantic, forests shrouded in mist. Here, Portugal feels untouched, almost mythical. And yet, it's also a nation that looks forward. The Vasco da Gama Bridge in Lisbon, stretching over 12 kilometers, stands as the longest in Europe. A feat of engineering named after one of Portugal's greatest explorers. From the melancholy chords of fado drifting through old taverns, to sunsets at Cabo da Roca, the westernmost edge of continental Europe, Portugal is a place where the horizon is never the end, but an invitation. In Spain, history isn't locked behind glass. It breathes in the streets. It echoes in the mountains. It whispers through the wind. In Granada, the Alhambra rises above the city like a dream in stone. Built by the Nasrid dynasty in the 13th century, it's a masterpiece of Islamic art. Walls carved with poetry, courtyards where water dances through marble channels, gardens perfumed with jasmine and orange blossom. Far to the north, Sagrada Familia in Barcelona pierces the skyline with its surreal towers. Designed by Antoni Gaudí, this basilica has been under construction for over 140 years, a living work of art, built by generations, and one of Spain's proudest architectural marvels. But Spain's soul is also wild. In Picos de Europa National Park, jagged limestone peaks rise above deep green valleys, home to brown bears and golden eagles. Along the Costa Brava, hidden coves sparkle in Mediterranean light, the sea-meeting cliffs where fishermen still cast their nets at dawn. And then there's Mount Teide in Tenerife, Spain's highest peak and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Standing on its volcanic slopes feels like walking on another planet, where black lava fields meet clouds rolling like waves. Even modern Spain builds with ambition. The AVE high-speed rail network races across the country at over 300 km per hour, connecting Madrid to Barcelona in just 2.5 hours, a symbol of how Spain moves forward while carrying its past. Slovenia feels like a hidden treasure in the heart of Europe. At its heart lies Lake Bled, a picture of tranquility with emerald waters, a medieval castle perched on a cliff, and a tiny island crowned with a church. Tradition says if you ring the bell of the church, your wish will come true. Nearby, Lake Bohinj offers an even quieter beauty, surrounded by the Julian Alps. This region is also home to Triglav National Park, named after Mount Triglav, Slovenia's highest peak, and a national symbol, so beloved, it even appears on the country's flag. Climbing it is seen almost as a rite of passage for Slovenians. Below ground, Slovenia hides another world, the Postojna Cave with more than 24 kilometers of underground passages, and the striking Škocjan Caves, a UNESCO World Heritage Site with one of the largest underground canyons in the world. For coastal charm, the town of Piron stands out. Venetian-style architecture meets the Adriatic Sea, with narrow streets and a lively main square dedicated to composer Giuseppe Tartini, who was born there. Slovenia has also taken bold steps towards sustainability. Its capital, Ljubljana, was named Europe's Green Capital, with car-free zones, lush riverbanks, and innovative, eco-friendly design. Hungary lies at the heart of Central Europe. The city of Budapest rests on the banks of the Danube River, its skyline marked by the majestic Parliament building and the historic Buda Castle perched atop a hill. The city is famous for its thermal baths, with spots like the Széchenyi thermal bath offering warm waters drawn from deep underground springs, a tradition cherished for centuries. Outside the city, the vast Lake Balaton stretches like a shimmering inland sea, known as the Hungarian Sea. The lake's gentle waves and sandy shores provide a popular retreat during the summer months, where visitors enjoy beaches, vineyards, and peaceful countryside. It's surrounded by charming towns such as Siofok and Tihany. In the north, the Buk National Park offers rolling hills, dense forests, and limestone caves. Nearby villages such as Eger blend cultural heritage with natural surroundings, famous for historic castles and wine cellars. Montenegro is a small country with dramatic landscapes where towering mountains meet the deep blue Adriatic Sea. Along the coast, the town of Kotor sits nestled at the end of a fjord-like bay, surrounded by medieval walls that climb steep hillsides. Its narrow cobblestone streets wind past centuries-old churches and palaces, offering a glimpse into a history shaped by trade and culture. From here, visitors can hike the ancient fortress walls for sweeping views of the bay and mountains beyond. Inland, the Durmitor National Park presents a wild beauty of dense pine forests. Glacial lakes and rugged peaks. The town of Žabljak, perched on the park's edge, is a gateway for outdoor enthusiasts seeking hiking, rafting on the Tara River Canyon, or skiing in winter's snow. Close to here lies one of Montenegro's hidden wonders, Lake Piva. Born from a dam in the 1970 AD, it has become a jewel of surreal beauty. Stretching for 45 kilometers, its turquoise surface mirrors the mountains that rise steeply around it. The road along its edge winds through tunnels carved into rock, offering one of the most scenic drives in the Balkans. And then, where the mountains finally meet the Adriatic, stands Sveti Stefan, once a 15th century fishing village built on a rocky islet. It is now one of the most photographed places in the country. Its terracotta rooftops and stone walls glow against the turquoise sea, connected to the mainland by a narrow causeway. Further south, nature softens into the vast wetlands of Lake Skadar, the largest lake in the Balkans, straddling the border with Albania. Water lilies and quiet fishing villages that still live by ancient traditions. The country takes pride in its engineering achievements as well. The Đurđevića Tara Bridge, arching gracefully over the Tara River Canyon, is an iconic symbol of Montenegro's blend of natural grandeur and human craftsmanship. Romania's landscape is a tapestry of dense forests, towering mountains, and rolling hills, a place where nature and history intertwine in every valley and village. At the heart of the Carpathian Mountains, the town of Brașov sits nestled beneath the rugged peaks, surrounded by thick pine forests. While nearby trails lead hikers into some of Europe's wildest and most pristine wilderness. Not far from Brașov, the imposing Bran Castle stands perched on a rocky hilltop. Often linked to the Dracula legend, this fortress is a blend of history and myth, attracting visitors drawn by its Gothic charm and sweeping views over the Transylvanian countryside. The Danube Delta, one of Europe's largest wetlands, stretches out where the river meets the Black Sea. Here, villages like Sulina offer a glimpse into a unique ecosystem rich with birds, fish, and waterways that shift with the seasons. The delta's labyrinth of channels and reed beds invites quiet exploration by boat, where the only sounds are the calls of nature. Further west, the fortified town of Sighișoara preserves medieval architecture and cobblestone streets, its colorful houses and watchtowers creating a fairy tale atmosphere. This UNESCO World Heritage Site is the birthplace of Vlad the Impaler, a historical figure wrapped in mystery and legend. Romania's natural and cultural diversity is matched by its growing infrastructure. The Trans-Făgărășan Highway, winding through the Făgăraș Mountains. Is considered one of the most spectacular mountain roads in the world. offering breathtaking views and a thrilling drive. In the heart of the Balkans lies Albania, a country where rugged mountains cradle ancient villages and the Ionian Sea kisses pristine shores. Here, in Ksamil, white sands meet crystal-clear bays, untouched by the rush of the world. Far from the coast, the Albanian Alps rise with quiet majesty. Valbona and Theth, remote valleys carved by glaciers and steeped in tradition, hold the echoes of shepherd songs and centuries-old stone homes. Standing resilient against the wild. Each path winds through forests thick with cedar and pine, inviting the soul to wander where few have tread. At the Blue Eye, nature reveals its secret, a spring so deep and vivid it holds the color of the sky itself, a window into the earth's purest heart. Nearby, the towns of Gjirokastër and Berat stand as living museums. Gjirokastër, known as the City of Stone, wears its fortress and cobbled streets like a proud old soul, whispering tales of Ottoman times and a childhood home once shared by a famous writer. Berat, with its stacked white houses and 1,000 windows, feels like a storybook perched on the hillside, where every stone has a voice and every alley invites quiet reflection. Albania is a place of raw beauty and quiet strength, where landscapes and culture intertwine. Sweden's connection to nature is evident in the Abisko National Park. Located above the Arctic Circle, here, visitors can witness the dazzling northern lights in winter or enjoy endless daylight during the midnight sun in summer. The park's vast tundra and mountain landscapes feel untouched and wild. In the far north, Sarek National Park is often called Europe's last wilderness. It has no roads or marked trails and is home to over 200 glaciers. Sami communities still herd reindeer through its valleys, keeping centuries-old traditions alive. Meanwhile, Furufjelle National Park hosts Nupesker, Sweden's tallest waterfall at 93 meters. The park is also home to Old Chico, a spruce tree estimated to be nearly 10,000 years old, one of the oldest known living organisms on Earth. And in the south, the Öresund Bridge connects Sweden to Denmark. At 16 kilometers long, it's both a bridge and an undersea tunnel, a modern engineering feat that links two nations, symbolizing Scandinavian cooperation and innovation. Further north, the island town of Visby on Gotland blends medieval history with coastal beauty. Its well-preserved city walls and cobblestone streets tell stories of a prosperous trading past, while the nearby Baltic Sea offers beaches and rugged cliffs. Italy, where history and landscape meet. Italy offers a mix of world-famous landmarks, natural beauty, and modern achievements. In the north, the Dolomites are a UNESCO World Heritage Site, known for their sharp limestone peaks and popular hiking trails. Along the southern coast, the Amalfi Coast is famous for its colorful cliffside villages and fragrant lemon groves overlooking the Mediterranean Sea. Rome's Colosseum, built nearly 2,000 years ago, was a massive arena where gladiators once fought and remains a symbol of ancient Rome's power. In Venice, the Grand Canal is the city's main waterway. A winding route lined by centuries-old palaces and churches, it serves as the bustling heart of Venice's transportation system, where boats glide past ornate facades, connecting neighborhoods and markets. The Duomo di Milano is one of Europe's largest cathedrals, noted for its intricate Gothic architecture and the fact that construction took almost 6 centuries. On Sicily, Mount Etna is Europe's most active volcano, with fertile volcanic soils that support vineyards and agriculture. Modern Italy takes pride in its high-speed rail network. Italy's high-speed rail system, known as Le Flèche or the Arrows, is one of the most advanced and extensive in Europe. It links major cities like Rome, Milan, Florence, and Naples, making travel between cultural and economic hubs fast and convenient. The network features trains reaching speeds up to 300 kilometers per hour, cutting travel times dramatically. For example, the journey from Rome to Milan, which once took 6 hours, now takes under 3. Bulgaria. In the southwest rise the Rila Mountains, home to the famous 7 Rila lakes. Each summer, thousands gather here for the Panarithmi dance, a ritual created in the 1930 AD by teacher Peter Donov. Dressed in white, people form great circles around the lakes, moving in harmony to gentle music. Nearby stands the Rila Monastery, Bulgaria's most treasured spiritual site, founded in the 10th century. Its vivid frescoes and timeless bells echo with centuries of history. The country's wild beauty continues in the Pirin Mountains, a UNESCO World Heritage Site with sharp granite peaks, alpine forests, and glacial lakes. At their foot lies Bansko, today a lively ski resort town. Above the capital, Vitosha Mountain rises almost out of nowhere. On the Black Sea coast, Bulgaria offers 2 sides of paradise, lively stretches like Sunny Beach and tranquil gems such as Balata Bay. A hidden cove of turquoise waters and red cliffs. Then there are the Belagracic rocks, surreal sandstone towers shaped like castles, animals, even people. Legends say each rock has its own story. And just outside Varna, the mysterious stone forest still puzzles scientists with its towering natural columns. A final touch of beauty lies in the Valley of the Roses, where Bulgaria produces nearly half the world's rose oil, used in perfumes across the globe. Georgia, a land where Europe meets Asia, is blessed with some of the most breathtaking natural landscapes on the planet. From snow-capped peaks to lush valleys, this small country feels like an entire world packed into one. High in the Caucasus Mountains, the village of Stepantsminda, overlooked by the iconic Gergeti Trinity Church, sits beneath the towering presence of Mount Kazbek. At over 5,000 meters, Kazbek is one of the region's great giants, shrouded in legend and mystery. The landscape here blends wild alpine beauty with the warmth of mountain life. To the northwest, the region of Svaneti is a living time capsule. Surrounded by jagged peaks like Mount Oshpa and Shkara, medieval stone towers rise above villages such as Mestia and Ushguli, the highest continuously inhabited settlement in Europe. It's a place where people live in harmony with the harsh yet stunning environment. In western Georgia, the green canyons of Martvili reveal turquoise rivers winding through limestone gorges, perfect for boat rides that feel like entering another world. Nearby, Prometheus Cave dazzles with underground lakes and massive stalactites, a reminder that Georgia's wonders stretch above and below the earth. Further south, the Borjomi Gorge is famous for its mineral springs, forests, and rolling hills. It's here that Borjomi mineral water, known worldwide, has been flowing for centuries, believed to have healing powers. On the Black Sea coast, Batumi brings together beaches, subtropical gardens, and modern architecture, framed by green hills that roll down to the shoreline. And in the east, the vast Alazani Valley of Kakheti stretches beneath the Caucasus. Not just a fertile plain, but the birthplace of wine itself. For over 8,000 years, Georgians have cultivated vineyards here, making it one of the oldest winemaking regions in the world. Czech Republic. In the heart of the country lies Český Krumlov, a small town with winding cobblestone streets and a castle that towers over the Vltava River. Its colorful Renaissance and Baroque buildings create a fairy tale atmosphere, while the nearby forests invite peaceful walks and river kayaking. Not far away, the spa town of Karlovy Vary offers hot springs and elegant 19th century architecture. Visitors come here to experience healing waters, surrounded by wooded hills and picturesque promenades. The Bohemian Switzerland National Park stretches along the northern border, where sandstone cliffs, deep gorges, and natural rock formations rise above lush forests. The Czech Republic also boasts modern infrastructure connecting its historical and natural treasures. The extensive rail network links Prague, Brno, and other cities, making it easy to travel between vibrant urban centers and serene countryside. Finland. In the north, Lapland reveals a magical wilderness of snow-clad forests, frozen rivers, and the dancing northern lights. Here, the fells of Saarzelke and Pie, Luosto national parks rise gently above the tree line, offering endless trails for hiking in summer and cross-country skiing in winter. The sparse human settlements make it feel untouched, a land where silence and light dominate the landscape. Central Finland is home to the Lakeland region, dotted with shimmering lakes and islands. Lake Saimaa, the largest of them all, is home to the rare Saimaa ringed seal, one of the world's most endangered freshwater seals. Visitors can explore its waters by boat or stay in lakeside cottages, experiencing life in harmony with nature. On the southwest coast, the archipelago sea stretches across more than 20,000 islands. Small fishing villages cling to rocky shores, where pines meet the water. Kayaking, sailing, and birdwatching here reveal a quieter side of Finland. For rugged scenery, Ulanka National Park near the Russian border showcases deep gorges, rushing rivers, and waterfalls like Kyuta Kongas, all framed by dense forests. In the heart of Lapland, Pallas-Yilastunturi National Park preserves fells and forests largely untouched by time. Summer brings the midnight sun, painting the landscape in endless light, while winter reveals the aurora dancing across the sky. Finland is a land where water and forest dominate the horizon,